Chapter 21, Part 2. So we're in with the president. He's just eating the brownies. Let's see how this goes. He took another bite just to make sure, then a bigger bite, and the president smiled. "You see," she said, "all we want to do is help." Lucky sat back and munched. The brownie gave him a sense of comfort that deepened with every bite. He was still suspicious, but if anything bad was going to happen here, surely it would happen by now. He finished the brownie, wiped his mouth, and took another from the plate. He was hungry, he realised. "Okay," he said, between melting mouthfuls. "So what do you want with me?" President Thorntree removed her apron. Underneath it was a formal suit. "Lucky, we know you've been searching for your father and that you want to find him more than anything. Well, it's exactly what we want to. We want to find your father too." "Major Dashwood, you know him. Is he okay?" The president reached over to the window and drew the blinds fully shut, so that the only light in the room came from her desk lamp. Then she went behind her desk and consulted some documents. Major Dashwood was a commanding officer. Was commanding a government science ship when he was captured, she said. He was investigating rumours that the aliens were developing a new secret weapon. Something we would very much like to have for ourselves. He has vitally important knowledge that could help us win this war. She looked up. "He matters to us, Lucky, just as he matters to you." "So where is he?" "We understand he's being held in the alien army's secret base," said the president. "As you can imagine, we've searched and searched for it, but its location is the most closely guarded secret in the galaxy. And we just can't find it. We need a new strategy, and that's where you come in." She reached into her desk and pulled out his father's astrolabe. "We don't like these devices, as you know," she said. "We even made them illegal because they encouraged the aliens in their star-worshipping superstitions. However, we'll make an exception in your case. I'll admit, I was hoping you'd find your father with it, but I've seen from your brain scan that it hasn't worked." "No," he said. "I don't know why. I've tried and tried." "Keep trying," said the president. She handed it back to him with a conspiratorial smile. I love that phrase. We'll discuss that at the end. "But even if it never works, there is an alternative. A boy travelling with aliens with their trust. You can go places we never could. They can help you to find the secret base, even without the astrolabe." "I don't think so," said Lucky. "The AXA I'm travelling with aren't in the army. They don't know any more than I do." "Perhaps not, but if you agree to my plan, I will give you a piece of information that will change everything. I will tell you the alien name for the planet where this base is located. It's not a name that means anything to humans, but it does to them. And with their help, I know you can find it." She paused and pushed the brownies closer to him. "There's something you must do first, though. This information is highly sensitive. If it was ever found out that I told it to a child, well, I have to be sure you will use it wisely, so I'm making one small condition." "What's that?" he asked, biting into another brownie. "You must never tell anyone where you learnt it. You mustn't tell your alien friends that we met or any of the things we've discussed. If they knew I had personally intervened in this matter, they would be very suspicious. They certainly wouldn't want to help you find your father if they thought it could help us win the war. So you must tell them you discovered the information all by yourself. Tell them you overheard shadow guards talking about it, or you saw it in a secret document. Tell them anything you like, but please trust me on this. You must not on any account tell them the truth." Lucky peered at the president, taking it in. "If I agree, you'll set them free." "Of course." "And the Phoenix?" They took Professor Byzantine's Phoenix. The president smiled and nodded at him as if indulging a small child. "Well, if it means so much to you, then yes, I'm sure you can have the bird back." He frowned at the patronising tone. "Why were we treated so badly out there? The old lady Mystica, she's ill, and they forced her off the ship." "This is a time of war," said the president. "Many people have suffered and died because of the aliens. It's unfortunate if innocents get caught up in it, but we cannot allow human lives to be endangered because we didn't do everything in our power to protect them, can we?" I guess not. It's just, I've seen people treat the AXA like dirt. And this space rule, it's horrible. It's so wrong. On the contrary, the wall is all that keeps us safe. It's not a perfect system, we admit that, but we do our best. Never forget what we're up against. These are people who worship the stars, rather than accepting that stars are just burning balls of gas, natural resources for all to use. I'll never understand why they cling to their superstitions, or why they hate us as they do, but I know you understand we're only doing what we must. Why would a man like Major Dashwood or a woman like your mother work for us if we weren't completely in the right? The scent of chocolate fudge brownies was rich in the room, like velvet across Lucky's senses. I'm dubious of those brownies. He wanted to believe the president. He wanted the government to be good, as he'd grown up believing, and for the president to be on his side after all. She's got a point, he thought. The AXA wouldn't like it if they knew I was talking to her, but I don't want to keep secrets from them. I'm not sure, President Thorntree, he said. The president took a deep breath, her eyes filled with concern. She got up from behind her desk and came to stand beside him, leaning over to speak quietly in his ear. Perhaps you don't appreciate the severity of your situation. Unless you do something extraordinary, regulations would require you to be held here indefinitely. You won't see your friends again because you'll each be held in solitary confinement. And as for that bird, well, unless someone intervenes on its behalf, I fear it will be destroyed under quarantine regulations. Lucky's stomach turned over as she spoke. Then the president smiled, her painted smile. Lucky, none of that needs to happen, she said, her tone of silky smooth again. Just promise me you'll keep this conversation secret. Why is that so difficult? Don't you want to find your father? Don't you want to work undercover like your mother? You will be fulfilling her legacy, you know. She will be so proud of you. Confusion and suspicion simmered inside him. The more he thought about it, the less he liked the idea of lying to his friends. But he had no doubt that the president meant every word. If he didn't do what she wanted, he'd never see his friends again. Never fly through the stars on the sunfire with them. Never, ever again. Let alone have a hope of finding his father. And those thoughts were just too much to bear. All right, he said. He picked up the last brownie from the plate and wiped it clean. I'll do it. I swear to you, I won't tell anyone. The president beamed. That's my boy, she said, ruffling his hair. I knew I could trust you. So, the alien army's secret place is on a planet they call Charon. We believe it's somewhere in the region of Aquarius, but they're the only ones who know for sure. She took a deep breath. I wish we could come with you and protect you. However, the slightest suspicion would ruin your chances. So you're on your own from here. But whatever happens after you leave this office, don't ever give up. You're the only person in the galaxy who can find your father. I am counting on you, and so is he. What a chapter, gang. No preparation for that one. Said the president. Do you believe her? I am not convinced I do. And what is her game? What do they really gain by finding his father? And is his father really on the human side, or is it on the AXA side? I just can't call it. We've got to read the next chapter. It's a long, long chapter, the next one. So that means you get lots of information before stopping for this week. Right, chapter 22, part 1, coming up very soon.